Here we are for game one with our illumination deck. Looks like we'll be playing against a McBombus list. We will keep this because we have a little bit of removal and we have the ability to Fate Weave twice. So because we want to hit that ruby as quickly as possible, we're going to lead with the ice and put a resource on top. This will also allow us to play our Wise Magistrate on turn 2. The Sabertooth only needs the 1 ruby threshold to activate the ability, which will put that up with the Shard of Conquest on the following turn. Otherwise, we're probably looking to Guidance. So before we do anything, we're gonna crash in for 3. We are going to Guidance here. Alright, so we will have Sabertooth and Flamelick both up on this following turn. Very slow start for illuminating though. Shackling Strands is fine. It also gives us a good martyr target if we can get some candles onto the battlefield, but the static ability of raising all their spells is still in effect. I'm just gonna go ahead and make a candle with that. I also believe, well, we will just Commander prompt here. So Wise Magistrate is still doing its thing. All he's going to be able to do is Flickering Gobbler and combat. We can easily outrace this. And he can't afford to go the same line because we have lethal on board. And this is not including our ability to either Flamelick, Decree, Martyr. We have 4 removal spells in hand. So unless he's able to flood the board right here, we should be able to push through. This is presenting 7. This is still lethal here. Three to him, pump our guys. Alright. And so for our reserves, we are running 2 Totem Trap, 1 Clash, 3 Scouring Light, 2 Blinding Ire, 3 Silent Sentinel, 2 Mindpire, and 2 rubies favor. The Scouring Light is mainly because I feel like we don't have a lot of ways to remove constants from the battlefield. So the Papa Goot deck is a real issue for us. So I wanted to shore up that matchup. Usually 1 Resolve Scouring Light pushes us through. So here we definitely want the Totem Traps. I can't imagine that anything else is going to be that vital in this matchup. They're not going to be able to go wider than us. No Death Cry. They might possibly draw enough, but I don't know if taking a turn off for Mindpire against them is going to be relevant. So things we do not want against them. Livanth is probably a little slow. And then I'll also cut 1 Sabertooth. I'm not sure how many big scary guys they have coming at me. So we'll go into game 2 with that. This is a little slow, but I think with guidance it might be keepable. I rely on Fate Weave pretty heavily whenever I have it. So Arcane Focus, not a problem. We get a non-resource. There's our Runic. Yeah, never happy to see these, but what is the when you play an action ability on them? We're gonna leave Totem Trap up. We don't have a 2-drop, so we're gonna play our Shard of Conquest here. We don't need access to 2. Consult the Talon, that's not good for us. It looks like they are still struggling on resources. We're going to leave Wax Dawn open. This is fine. They buried a commander prompt off the top. A second Consult the Talon. Without Vengeance, I'm not terribly concerned about this situation. Some candles out there. We have the option to Flame Lick something, but there's nothing really that impressive out there, but we can pump everything to 2/2. And then also leave Totem Trap open, which I think might be the direction I want to go. Because we don't want a Runic on turn 5, because we still have a nice hand. The only thing we can't answer right now is the Flyer. So we'll burn him, pump our guys. You know, honestly, I just think we're going to get in. I think we can race this. And I think by attacking there, it'll lure him into entering combat with us and not leaving any blockers up, which will leave Commander Prompt to do significant amount of damage on the following turn. Gobbler will walk into our trap if he chooses to attack. And we're willing to take 6 here. I think we're just going to prompt and get aggressive. That's 3 Warp Seal Shard Sworns, which are pretty good against us. If all 4 of these crash in, we get to eat something with our prompt. We might need to stay back as blockers and martyr his Gobbler. I know he wants to gobble on the next turn, so maybe we should decree now. I'm not going to decree the Shard Swarm because if he's able to bring it back, that would be bad for us. Actually going to get rid of the Crawler. Since we're not attacking, it's not relevant. We'll martyr the Gobbler when it comes out, or after combat, because we want to at least impose the threat of these blocking down here. That's fine. Maybe thinks that's going to be lethal. He might make a bad attack and just swing with everything. Nope, he does not. We'll martyr there. Pump the rest of the team, unfortunately. There's a resource, a seer, and a flyer. And a blamsmith. Well, if we decree the blamsmith, which I think we have to do, we'll have to wait one more turn on the runic avalanche. He is lethal either way, but maybe he'll play around the last card in our hand since we didn't play a resource. So cremate, which will probably make him feel comfortable enough to crash in with everything. Yep, and we'll scoop to that. I think I still like our build. This is pretty much a snap keep with double Fate Weave and the Scion. It's exactly where we want to be. There's a focus. Alright, we'll play the Wise Magistrate then. Save these for when the Scion is out. Might also bait out a cremate if they have one, which will hopefully not eat our Scion. Should also take up their whole turn. It's also possible here that we just want to Fate Weave and then leave this up so we can get at least one use out of it. But that's thinking that maybe they have a second cremate. Depends how greedy we want to be here. You know, my playstyle is pretty greedy, so let's go for it. No second cremate one time, please. Focus. Seer might be in the clear. We are in the clear. I will take one. Let's lead with a guidance. We're going to play the ruby since we can still cast Martyr and we could not cast Flame Lick otherwise. We'll summon another Candlekin for this. If he goes to cremate here, we will martyr one of our Candlekins. This is fine. We can get a lot bigger than a Warp Steel. Don't like seeing consults though. That's how they get ahead of us. Combat training. It is possible we want to martyr the Bumblebot, but I think we'll let him have it. Although it will make another Candlekin for us now. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. We'll start pumping here. Get ourselves a totem trap, which is actually really good. Which makes me more tempted to just be the beatdown. Very important to be able to realize when you should be the beatdown and when your opponent is the beatdown. Because when they realize it's you, you just win. Alright, that was game 1. We'll see you back in a minute for game 2.